Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We have League 2 action this Saturday night as MK Dons take on Crawley Town, who have a 3-goal advantage from the first leg. The other finalist has already been decided as Crewe beat Doncaster on penalties last night to reach Wembley. The first leg at Broadfield Stadium saw Crawley win 3-0 with goals from Liam Kelly, Jay Williams and Ronan Darcy. It means a big second leg is needed from MK Dons at Stadium MK. Despite not winning any of their last 2 home games, before that they were on a run of 7 wins from 8 at home. The Dons are looking to get back to League 1 at the first time of asking after being relegated last season. For Crawley, they have similar away form to MK Dons' home form. Crawley are also without a win from their last 2 on the road, but had won 6 of the previous 7. The Reds are trying to return to League One for the first time since 2015 after 9 successive seasons now in English's 4th tier of English football. It was a win apiece in the normal season between these two, and MK Dons need that record to repeat itself tonight as they are in need of a huge victory. So, for a chance at Wembley in the League 2 playoff final next Sunday against Crewe, will it be Mike Williamson and his MK Dons side, or will Scott Lindsay take Crawley all the way after starting the season as relegation favourites? It's been some journey for Crawley under Scott Lindsay, who took them over when they were just outside the relegation zone last season. He got them to survive in 22nd place last season. They were 3 points ahead of Hartlepool in terms of being safe and having another go in League 2, and they have been absolutely fantastic this season. Finished 7th in the league, 8 points behind MK Dons, who finished 4th, and it has just been a brilliant season. I mean, they just about scraped into the playoffs. Crawley Town, they were 1 point ahead of 8th place Barrow, but it has been a fantastic season, and not just that. That first leg was tremendous, winning 3-0 against an MK Dons side who have been pretty decent away from home. They had won 40, MK Dons had, from their 23 wins this season, 9 of them have been away. And they have had some heavy away defeats, in fairness, quite recently. MK Dons, they've beaten 5-0 by eventual champions Stockport County. But tonight, they need a win. They need a big win as well. Yeah, thank you very much. I hope everyone is excited for this one. I am too. We're hoping. I mean, of course, I am a neutral, so I don't mind who wins. But it would make it very exciting if we could get a possible MK Dons comeback. Like I said, they have not won any of their last 2 home games, but had won 7 of the previous 8 MK Dons. So altogether, from the last 10 home games, they have won 7. So they're not in the worst of home forms, that is for sure. But the introduction of head coach Mike Williamson really changed the fortunes of MK Dons. Mike Williamson came in the middle of October from National League Gateshead, and from when he took over they were in 18th, and then all the way up to the middle of February he got them up to 6th, and they pushed on even further to the end of the season where they finished in 4th position. They were going for those automatic spots, but they finished quite a way off it in the end. MK Dons finishing 8 points behind Mansfield, who finished in 3rd, but they were always going to make the playoffs, and that is what MK Dons are having to deal with now at the end of this season. But they are used to playoffs. MK Dons recently, they were in the League 1 playoffs 2 seasons ago where they were beaten in the semi-final by Wycombe, and then the season after they were relegated. Now they're back in League 2, where the last time they were in League 2 was in 2019. The last time MK Dons were in the Championship was in 2016, so they have had a little bit of a fall from grace, MK Dons. They have been absolutely bouncing around the divisions. They've been, up as high as the Championship, then all the way down now to League 2. And if they want to try and get back to League 1 at the first time of asking, they're going to need a really big performance. They have won 5-0 this season. It's their biggest win. It is against Walsall at home back in late March, and we'll need similar amounts of goals tonight from the Dons if they want to try and reach Wembley next Sunday to take on Crewe, who beat an informed Doncaster on penalties last night. That was a fantastic watch. Very dramatic penalty kicks, it must be said. Like Doncaster were going to do it. Of course, Doncaster were 2-0 up from their first leg, let the lead slip and then couldn't win at home on the penalties. But for Crawley, it's been a season, it couldn't have got a lot worse than last season when they were one position above the relegation zone. But, Scott Lindsay's come in and has just done a magnificent job. I don't think anyone expected Crawley to be where they are. They were labelled as relegation favourites at the start of this season. And they have lost 3 of their last 10 away games, Crawley, so they've not been falling to a defeat many times on the road recently. But at the end of the day, Crawley can afford to lose. It's just how heavy they lose by. As long as it's not by, 3 goals or more, then they're guaranteed to reach the final. A 2-0 defeat, they'd absolutely happily take and snap your hand off for it. So it's definitely going to have to be a very solid defensive performance for Crawley, who've only picked up 9 clean sheets this season in the league, 3 from their last 12 away from home, 4 away from home altogether, as both sets of players here are emerging onto the field of play at Stadium MK. And if they go up back to League One, this stadium would be the second largest in League One. It is a huge ground. It holds 30,500 supporters. Doesn't get that many fans in, unfortunately. It is rather empty in areas, but looks like it's a decent turnout this evening for MK Dons, who will need their home support behind them. As we'll go through both sets of teams, and it's just the two changes for MK Dons from that first leg, and they have changed their goalkeeper. Michael Kelly, who'd become the number 1 goalie at the end of February, has been dropped for loanee from Aston Villa. Philip Marshall, who did make 1 Aston Villa appearance this season in their last group stage game in the Conference League. Back 4 of Jack Tucker, Warren O'Hara and Daniel Harvey, who all remain from the first leg. They've had a change at right wing back as Kyron Lofthouse comes in, who's on loan from Barnsley. At left wing back is Joe Tomlinson, and 2 central midfielders of Jack Payne, who's on loan from Charlton, and another loanee of Lewis Bate, who was brought in January from Leeds. 3 up front on the right is Stephen Wern. On the left is captain Alex Gilby, and up front through the middle, leading the line. He had 6 goals in his previous 6 before the playoffs, and that is 20-year-old Max Dean, who came through the Leeds Academy, joined MK Dons back in the January of 2023, and they'll need him again scoring goals for them. He's looking for his 20th MK Dons goal of his career. And of course, for Crawley, as you would expect, it's unchanged. Corey Adai in goal. The back 3 of Will Wright, captain Dion Conroy, and loanee from Chesterfield, the brother of Harry Maguire, it is Lawrence Maguire. 2 wing backs of Harry Forster and Jeremy Kelly, who they brought in from America in the January transfer window. 2 central midfielders, a goal scorer, both of them are goal scorers in the first leg, and that is Liam Kelly and Jay Williams. And 3 up front on the right is going to be Claddy. Lolos on the left is Adam Campbell, and through the middle, joining in the summer of this season from Grimsby, and that is Danilo Orsi. So it is an unchanged lineup for Crawley. A couple of changes for MK Dons, but they'll be looking towards their main players up front. The likes of Stephen Wern, who's scored 4 goals since joining in January from Gateshead, Mike Williamson's former club. Alex Gilby's got 13 this season, 4 in his last 6 before the first leg of the playoffs. He started every game in the league this season for MK Dons, and as we mentioned before, Max Dean up front. He's been bagging before the playoffs. He didn't get any in the first leg. He had a big chance 3 minutes in, Max Dean. He had a shot cleared off the line very early on from Will Wright. So they'll need their attackers firing. Crawley just needs to be as solid defensively as they have been all season to get themselves to this point of the season where they are a game away from the playoff final. As we're waiting for the referee's whistle of Seb Stockbridge at the Stadium MK. And we will be underway in this second leg. It'll be MK Dons to kick off, kicking right to left. Crawley left to right. The away side have a 3-goal advantage. Will they make it count? We'll wait and see. But MK Dons have got us underway here with their right centre half of Jack Tucker. It's now in the middle of the centre halves with Warren O'Hara. It's now on the right-hand side. Foul already. It's an early one. Kyron Lofthouse brought down there by Liam Kelly. So an early free kick for MK Dons. It's about 15 yards inside the Crawley half, so it's quite far away. It's just towards the right-hand side, but it's definitely a chance to launch this ball towards the 18-yard box, see if they can win any flick-ons, get some shots on goal early on. Corey Adai, the Jamaican goalkeeper. They go down the line instead here, MK Dons, to work a better angle. It's Lofthouse towards the byline. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's towards the far post. It's overhit. And he'll run right through into a right-back position for Crawley, where they'll have an early throw-in hit. Seen through for the throw-in there by the number 14 of Harry Forster. Positive start, though, from Kyron Lofthouse, who's been brought in for the second leg after sitting on the bench in the first one. He's replaced Cameron Norham in the starting 11. As it is Will Wright for Crawley with this throw-in. It's a long throw-in down the line where it's gone towards Forster, who can't quite keep that in on this near side, and it'll be an MK Dons throw-in midway inside their own half here. They'll be taken by their number 21, Daniel Harvey, the left centre-half. And they win another throw-in as he's passed backwards there, deflects off Orsi. And it's going to be Harvey again with another throw-in. Picked up a yellow card in that first leg. Daniel Harvey, left centre-half, the 25-year-old. Scottish centre-back. First few touches for their goalkeeper here, Philip Marshall, on loan from Aston Villa. Switch of goalkeepers. For MK Dons, it was Michael Kelly, who obviously conceded those 3 goals in the first leg, and Mike Williamson's decided to change up his goalkeeper, which is a risk, but it might work. But they've been caught out of possession here, and Crawley have a chance to score in the box. Shot towards goal! And Crawley are 4 up. Jay Williams again. Scored in the first leg right before the end of the first half. And this time he scored right at the beginning of the first half. And Crawley are quite frankly in dreamland here. It's a shocking start for MK Dons, trying to play out from the back with their goalkeeper. And they lose possession right outside their 18-yard box. And what a awful start this has been for MK Dons. And they now trail by 4. It is with Tucker, who tried to go forward with the ball, looking for their number 8 of captain Alex Gilby, who was caught out in possession. It was a strong tackle by Williams, who took the ball away from him, and then as he entered the box, he was just about able to squirm a shot through the goalkeeper. It was quite close to Marshall, just towards his right side. He just couldn't quite get down quick enough to stop it. It's not his cleanest strike, Williams, but he will not care. He's got his second of the playoff semi-final. And it's MK Dons 0, Crawley 1, 4-0 on aggregate. What an awful start for the Dons. And Crawley can almost see Wembley, as it's an MK Dons corner on this near side. Jay Williams, who was brought in from Brackley in the summer. He joined Brackley in the summer from Banbury. And then 2 weeks later, for an undisclosed fee, he went to Crawley. So he was only at Brackley for 2 weeks. What a signing he's been. Corner to the edge of the box here for MK Dons. Cross by Bates. Comes off Forster. And there'll be a corner on this near side again for MK Dons. Be taken here by Tomlinson with his right foot. Being in swinger. MK Dons need to start scoring quickly. In it goes. It drops in the box here. Can they get the shot off? It's Gilbert who goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. What is he doing? All the way back to the goalkeeper from almost the edge of the box. Marshall sends it high. Header away for Crawley. Volleyed out wide here towards this near side for MK Dons. Controlled by Tomlinson. It's now back into their own half here as they try and go over the top. Looking for Dean, who can't quite bring it down on the edge of the box. Goes through to the Crawley goalkeeper here of Corey Adai. But that was just absolutely bizarre, that. from Alex Gilby to pass that ball so far backwards when they were so deep inside the Crawley half. That was just slightly confusing there, as it's the Crawley goalkeeper to kick this long down the right-hand side, up towards Forster at wing-back. He goes beyond him to Orsi, who's got Tucker in support, and he'll get around him here. Orsi towards the byline. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. And that'll be a goal kick. Just overran it there, Danilo Orsi. Good defending in the end there by Jack Tucker. And number 4, who came through at Gillingham, suffered relegation with Gillingham in the 21-22 season, and then suffered another relegation, of course, last season with MK Dons. So it's not been the greatest 2 seasons for Jack Tucker. It's Crawley have the ball back already over on the far side with Jeremy Kelly, who's driving in from left wing back and leaving the ball for Dion Conroy at the centre half. Then Maguire down the line here to Liam Kelly. Returns it back to Lawrence Maguire. It's now on the edge of the area with Conroy. Plays out towards the right-hand side. Brilliant ball to Will Wright, who wants to go forward quickly. He'll play it out wide here to Forster, who can take on one MK Dons player and a second. Great run from Forster, driving inside from wing-back. Can he release the ball in the end? No, he's clattered to the ground, but then he'll pick it back up on the edge of the area. Can Crawley make something happen again? Flick through. Orsi with this shot. Doesn't catch it. Goes wide. A flag may have gone up there as the ball was scooped into the box towards Orsi. He may have been offside. Let's have a look here. The ball was just looped in by Campbell, and Orsi was well onside. There's even a question of Lolos potentially being onside as well, who was making a run with Orsi. That's a huge chance for Crawley. Orsi should have done better. He's got 19 goals this season in the league, Danilo Orsi, who they brought in from Grimsby in the summer. You know, he only scored 2 last season for Grimsby. Now he's on 19 this season for Crawley. But it's a disastrous start for MK Dons and Mike Williamson, who won the National League North title with Gateshead a couple of seasons ago. Led to the FA Trophy final last season where they were defeated, but they were victorious today. Gateshead, who beat Solihull Moors in the FA Trophy final, as it's MK Dons on the ball here with their right centre-half of Warren O'Hara. Irish-born, born in Dublin, and left Dublin in Ireland to come to England to play football. He joined Brighton in January 2018, now at the age of 25. As he play around the back here, it's with their goalkeeper in the 18-yard box of Philip Marshall, who spent time on loan at Gateshead with Mike Williamson. And he plays the ball long here up towards Dean, who's going to chase this bouncing ball. Williams will get there first, though, and he heads it back to his goalkeeper of Adai. Really good midfield work there by the goal scorer, Jay Williams. Gets his second of the playoff semi-final. He only scored once in the regular season, Jay Williams. Now he's got 2 in the playoffs. And Adai, the Crawley goalkeeper, big kick right into the 18-yard box of MK Dons, where it'll just go through to their goalkeeper, Philip Marshalls, who's in a yellow kit tonight. And he rolls it out quickly to Lewis Bate. Switch out to the right-hand side towards Lofthouse. Cut out, though, there by Jeremy Kelly. And it's Crawley back in possession midway inside their own half with Liam Kelly, formerly of Reading for 15 years, and also had a stint at Feyenoord. Liam Kelly for 2 years, left in 2021. Only made 2 appearances, though, for them. And during his time at Feyenoord, he had 2 loan spells at Oxford. As Crawley on the far side have it with Lawrence Maguire. Goes forward to the halfway line to Jeremy Kelly, who will drive inside, running away from Lofthouse. Still with Jeremy Kelly. Slips it through for Liam Kelly, who is onside in the box on the left-hand side. He's got multiple options. He'll try the curling cross. Deflects to the edge of the box to Campbell, who can't quite head it back to Liam Kelly. Will drop to him, though, in the end. And it's now back with Campbell, who will slip it through for Kelly. Tries to play once more to Orsi. Just didn't quite reach the Crawley number 9. But every time Crawley go forward at the moment, they do look like they're going to score, which is slightly worrying. 4-0 up on aggregate. It is quite the comeback needed now from MK Dons. It's Marshall, the goalkeeper, goes long, but straight on to the head of Lawrence Maguire. It's now headed out of touch there by the MK Dons, number 24 of Stephen Wern. And on the halfway line, on that far side, it'll be a Crawley throw-in, who had such a turnover in the summer, of course, finishing 22nd place last season. They had to change something, and during the whole season, they've got rid of 27 players altogether. And they've brought in 18. And if you look at the Crawley team in this starting 11 at the moment, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new signings in the starting 11 that they've brought in this season. The only ones who haven't been brought in at the start of the season or in January is the goalkeeper Corey Adai and the central centre-back of Dion Conroy. So such change has been made at Crawley, but of course it's worked as they're in the playoffs here. But they're giving it away. Campbell midway inside the MK Dons half. It can be brought forward by Lewis Bates in the centre circle. Goes to his left it to Gilby. And then on once more to Dean, the striker, who's just come out to this near side. Gets away from Forster, but overhits his touch. And he's tackled by the slide tackle of Williams. And then there must have been a stamp there. I'm sure there was a stamp there by Max Dean. Williams stays down. There's a big call for the officials to make. The game has stopped. And Max Dean, the young striker, is definitely stamped out there. I'm sure he did. It looked like just from as the camera was panning away from the incident, it looked like it just saw a Max Dean stamp there on the goal scorer, Jay Williams, who stayed down for the moment. It'd be interesting to see if an official saw this, if the fourth official did or one of the assistant referees. Of course, there's no VAR. But I'm sure I saw a stamp. I mean, I could be wrong. So a replay might tell us what actually happened. Let's have a look. Max Dean had it. Like I said, overran his touch. And then Williams tackled him very, very fairly. He definitely leaves his boot on him. That is for sure. Max Dean plants his boot onto the groin area of Williams. It's not an aggressive stamp down. He almost just puts his boot on him and just lightly presses down on him. But you can't do that. You cannot do that. The ref saw it late. He just about turned. I think it just happened. But Max Dean's got away with it. He's still on the pitch. Lucky boy. MK Dons are still with 11 players on the pitch as they're attacking down their right-hand side. Wern can't quite find the wing-back of Lofthouse. And Maguire clears for Crawley. And he's like, yep, hello. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your Saturday. Had a fantastic morning, of course, with our win. 3 wins in a row. Another trophy for you again. Like I say, you might as well just keep that with you now. Well, you can keep it with you, of course. Season ends. As MK Dons attack. Ball into the box towards Dean. Header away, though, for Crawley. And there's a foul there on Campbell. And it'll be a free kick for the away side here. You have done really well to get that early goal to make it 4. Not like they needed it, but they've got it. Crawley not happy. Another late challenge on one of their players. I do think Max Dean, the 20-year-old striker for MK Dons, is a very lucky boy to still be on the pitch. Stamping on Jay Williams. I wouldn't even mind, but Jay Williams got the ball very cleanly. I don't even know why he followed through. Like, there's no need for Max Dean to even make this situation. You know, the ball was gone, and for some reason he's turned around and then tried to stamp on Jay Williams. I think he's a very, very lucky boy that he's still on the pitch. A little bit of inexperience there from the 20-year-old as Crawley are back underway with their goalkeeper Adai on the edge of the box. Sends it long, it's high, down the right-hand side towards Forster. Header 1 though for MK Dons, but 1 on halfway though for Crawley by their number 8 of Lolos, who then's caught. He goes down and wins a free kick for his side there. Claddy Lolos, Greek. Forward, and he's featured in every game in this season for Crawley in all competitions. This is his 55th appearance of the season for Claddy Lolos. 23 years of age. He's got 13 goals this season in League 2. He had 5 in 6 before the playoffs. Wasn't able to score in the first leg. Lolos, who did play the full 90 minutes. And of course, the first leg was meant to be played on Monday, but it was moved to Tuesday, due to the fact of the waterlogged pitch as Crawley lose possession on the edge of the 18-yard box. And MK Dons can try and attack. It goes behind Lofthouse, who then eventually slips. Can it be kept in here for MK Dons? It can, but they'll lose it again on that far side. And MK Dons can try and score. We'll have to defend. Crawley trying to score, and they have defended it well, winning the ball back on the edge of the box, being brought forward here. Is that a late one? No, it's not, according to the referee. Sliding in there, Daniel Harvey. And they work out to the far side here to Lofthouse, who's going forward with the ball. Starting again, though, and finding the number 11 of Jack Payne. Ball through, looking for Gilby. Misplaced, intercepted by Jay Williams. It's now with low loss. Back to the edge of the box here to Will Wright. Forster inside. Caught as he played the ball, and that'll be a free kick for Crawley. Just over 15 minutes in here. 4-0 on aggregate for the away side, who've only lost 2 of their last 10 games, Crawley, against Doncaster in March and Wrexham in April. So losing to 2 very respectable sides. Of course, Doncaster on absolute fire at the end of the season, getting themselves into the playoffs. As in the oh no, it's going to be a throw-in for MK Dons in a right-back position. Adam Campbell thought it was his, but it wasn't. Throw-in for the home side instead. As we're going to get the throw-in taken eventually here. Home side need to try and get a goal as quickly as possible. The throw-in is going to be taken here by O'Hara. Finds Lofthouse, who cannot keep it in touch on that far side. It'll be a Crawley throw-in. Asking a lot of him there, Kyron Lofthouse. Brought in January on loan from Barnsley. Got a contract at Barnsley till 2026. This is the first time he's ever playing in a League Two. But he has worked under Williamson before at Gateshead. Kyron Lofthouse. Spent last season on loan in the National League with Woking. As it's Crawley on the ball in their own half. At centre-back with Conroy. Forward into the centre circle to Williams, who goes back to the edge of the box here to the goalkeeper of Adai, who's in a full blue kit tonight for Crawley. Switches it out towards the left-hand side. Brought down by Jeremy Kelly. And then down the line by Maguire, looking for Liam Kelly, who controls it beautifully, but can't find anyone with his pass inside. And it's now MK Dons who are back on the ball once again here with O'Hara. Going to his right here to Daniel Harvey. Sorry, that is Jack Payne. Sorry. It's now on the halfway line with MK Dons. Ball over the top, looking for Bate, who's found a gap in the Crawley defence, but he can't control it on the edge of the box. Ball runs through to Corey Adai, who sends it to the corner of the box here to waste some time. And as he gets closed down by Gilby, he'll eventually pick it up and roll it out quickly. To Will Wright, the right centre-back. Inside to Jay Williams, who's been forced to go back here to the goalkeeper of Adai. It goes long again, beyond the halfway line. Headed into the air by Harvey. Played forward by Tucker. Headed forward by Williams for Crawley. Drops to Forster. Loose touch and cleared away, but only as far as Will Wright at right centre-back for Crawley, who finds Jay Williams in midfield, who's been fantastic tonight. Of course, he scored early on in the 3rd minute, but he's been really good in that midfield anyway. As Will Wright has his pass intercepted there as he was looking for Harry Forster at wing-back. It's now Lewis Bate. Lays it off here to number 24 of Stephen Wern. Midway side the Crawley half. Finds Dean. Takes the touch. Tries to return it to Wern. It deflects to Maguire. And Crawley can try and clear here with Jeremy Kelly, who's clipped by Lofthouse. And it'll be a free kick in a left-back position for Crawley Town. And they take it back to their goalkeeper of Adai. Now Jay Williams, facing his own goal, goes out to the right-hand side here to Wright. Lifts the ball towards the halfway line here, where it's not been dealt with by Tucker. And it's volleyed into the air by O'Hara. Alive for both to win here. Williams swings at it to misses. Headed on by Gilby in the end. Wern takes over. Lifts it to Payne. Turns back to keep possession for MK Dons. Just in front of the halfway line now. Lewis Bate has it. Goes across to the right here to O'Hara. Getting forward from right centre-back. Not got many options with him, but he goes to his left to Wern. Then out wide left once more to Jack Payne. It's now on this near side. With Tomlinson running into the box. on his right foot, shooting. It's blocked, but he deflects to Bate, who goes back to Tucker. It's now to Harvey from centre-back, who's going to drill it into the box. It's deflected away. It's back with Daniel Harvey for MK Dons as they camp inside the Crawley half at the moment. O'Hara to the far side, to Lofthouse. Back to O'Hara again. It's on the halfway line with Tucker, being closed down by Orsi. But he can find a pass forward here for MK Dons. Wern. Everyone behind the ball for Crawley, bar their striker of Orsi. As it's in the centre of the park here with Bate. Now finds Harvey out wide left to Tomlinson, who on his left foot will deliver it. Deflects off Forster. And there'll be a throw-in for MK Dons just towards the corner flag on this near side. So 20 minutes in, Crawley lead 1-0. Goal from midfielder Jay Williams again, who scored in the first leg to make it 2-0. And it looks like MK Dons are going to throw this one into the box here, sending their centre-halves forward. It'll be Harvey to throw the ball into the box. Flicked on towards the far post. Orsi can't clear it yet, but it will be dealt with by Jeremy Kelly, who will look for Liam Kelly up front. Played out to the right by Tomlinson. And it's now Tucker, who wants to go forward if he can. He just pokes it out of play after being closed down by Orsi. Throwing on the halfway line for Crawley. Really good pressing there by Danilo Orsi, whose contract does expire this season. Always signed a one-year deal with Crawley, but does have the option to extend an extra year. And of course, they'll be looking to do that. Crawley with Danilo Orsi with his 19 goals so far this season. An inspired signing. And a brilliant name as well, isn't it? For an Englishman, Danilo Orsi. He does have Italian and Scottish descent. As it is on the edge of the box on the left-hand side. With Conroy lifting it forward into the midfield. Helped on towards Liam Kelly, who leaves it for Adam Campbell, who's got loads of space in the centre of the midfield here for Crawley and tries to slip it through to the wing-back of Forster. But intercepted and dealt with, and MK Dons have it right in front of their 18-yard box with Harvey going across the pitch towards the right-hand side. A bit risky, but they can keep it. It's now with the number 4 of Jack Tucker, playing his first ever season in League 2. It's Gilby round the corner towards Dean, dealt with though for Crawley, cleared and controlled and hoofed into the air by Tucker, where it's bounced away from Gilby and Williams, and hard a touch for a throw-in on halfway for Crawley on this near side with their number 30 of Will Wright, who was brought in from Gillingham in the summer and scored against them in his last goal for Crawley in the league, and that was on Boxing Day for the 26-year-old. It's out the edge of the box of Adai. Finds the right centre half, well, in a right centre back position. It's Conroy. Long ball forward, looking towards Orsi, but it's overhit and through to the MK Dons goalkeeper of Philip Marshall. But for MK Dons, they obviously got off to a really bad start to the season. They won 4 of their first 5 under Graham Alexander after relegation, but then went on a run of zero wins from the next 9. Which was a run from the start of September towards the end of October, which saw him get the sack in the end. And they have definitely looked very pretty under Mike Williamson. They play some very attractive football. MK Dons, but clearly it's not got the required results needed in this playoff tie with Crawley, who have beaten them quite convincingly in both legs so far. Jay Williams just about keeps it moving. Now it's out to the left here to Lawrence Maguire. He was only meant to be on loan till January from Chesterfield, but they got that loan move extended till the end of the season, a very key part of their playoff push this season. Lawrence Maguire, the centre-half on loan from Chesterfield, as the goalkeeper Adai fails his clearance straight to Gilby, who will have a go from afar, and he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. A big apology there from the goalkeeper of Corey Adai, former Arsenal youth goalkeeper, who just took a bit of a heavy touch on the edge of the area. He's been closed down by Max Dean, and he kicked it straight to Gilby, who from around 40 yards out tried to catch him out on goal, but Gilby didn't catch it, pretty much kicked it straight at Adai, who was quickly tracking his way back to his own goal. Got away with that one, the goalie. As Crawley go back to their goalkeeper here, Overdye, in the 6-yard box. Has a bit more time to clear, and up it goes towards the halfway line. Controlled by Horsey, but straight to Tucker. Plays a ball in between the lines here towards Payne, the number 11. Out wide left it goes towards Tomlinson, who will beat Forster to it. Back across the midfield to Bate. Keeps it moving here to O'Hora. Bodies in the box for MK Dons as he crosses the ball in. Header away, only as far as Tomlinson, who will hit from afar. It's a brilliant save from Adai. Hit that very sweetly with his left boot. Joe Tomlinson towards that far right corner. And from wing back, he scored 7 times this season in the league. The MK Dons number 14. But he hasn't scored since late March. That would have been a great time to score another one. But unfortunately, Corey Adai was equal to it. The 6'4" Jamaican goalkeeper. But MK Dons do have a corner, which they take short. And the ball eventually goes in. Header won by Maguire for Crawley. And then volleyed away by Campbell. But the free kick will be given for Crawley because there was an offside within that corner kick routine. And a bit of breathing space for Crawley, who've just been under pressure the last couple of minutes. Really good shot there by Joe Tomlinson, the wing back. He's really found a home this season at MK Dons after signing from Peterborough in the summer. And there is the very controversial MK Dons chairman of Pete Winkleman, who made MK Dons happen. And also technically made AFC Wimbledon happen. If it wasn't for what he did with the original Wimbledon and changing it to MK Dons, AFC Wimbledon would never have had to have been created. But it has been, and they obviously faced each other this season in the league. And AFC Wimbledon won that home game 2-1 last minute. Very dramatic, and the celebrations were very passionate, it must be said. As MK Dons are back on the ball with their goalkeeper in the 18-yard area of Philip Marshall. Clips out to the left of Tomlinson. Heads it forward, comes off the chest of Will Wright, the Crawley centre-back. And in the defensive third for MK Dons, it's a throw-in, which will be taken by the number 21 of Daniel Harvey, who missed the end of last season for MK Dons as they were trying to fight for survival. But he's been ever-present pretty much this season. Daniel Harvey. It's now on the opposite side here with the right centre-back of Warren O'Hora. Into the centre circle for ball to Payne. It's a fantastic pass. Now laid off to the left here to Harvey. High ball in behind, looking for the runner Gilby. Overhit into the 18-yard box and through to the goalkeeper of Corey Adai, who will eventually pick the ball up for Crawley Town. And that goal that was scored by Jay Williams is Crawley's 90th goal this season in all competitions. So they have been scoring quite a lot of goals this season throughout the campaign. As Crawley give it away on halfway. Jeremy Kelly losing out. And Gilby, has he been caught there by Forster? No, says the referee. Crawley have it back midway side their own half with Williams to this near side to Will Wright, the centre-back. Plays a long ball forward. Horsey will chase it down, but it'll run through to the goalkeeper of Marshall, who throws it out to the right-hand side here to O'Hora. Still inside the MK Dons half. Very slippy pitch, it seems, tonight. A lot of players losing their footing quite easily in the opening 28.5 minutes of this game. It's on the halfway line, O'Hora. Forward to Wern. Tries to find Lofthouse in behind. It deflects and it loops, and it will find Lofthouse, who gets the ball bouncing into the 18-yard box and goes out of the area to keep the ball. And plays it back here to Wern. Inside to O'Hora. Wern has it again. Time for a cross. In it goes, but no one's attacking it. Absolutely no one's attacking it. Headed back towards him by the Crawley defender, but headed away by Liam Kelly instead. But it'll be retreated by Bates, who goes to the halfway line here. Who went to the halfway line to Tucker. Everyone behind the ball for Crawley. Tucker has it just in front of the centre circle. Out wide left, it deflects off the referee. So we'll have a drop ball here. So MK Dons will keep possession in the Crawley half. It's on this near side now with Harvey. Slips, but just about keeps it away from Horsey, but he's been forced to go backwards. But the main thing is he's kept it. Wern can't quite get the ball there. And Crawley send it long towards Horsey. Harvey slices the clearance back towards his own goal, and Horsey picks it up. He's got Harvey in front of him, but he's got the run of Campbell. Horsey goes on his own! And from the edge of the box, Crawley have a 2-goal lead on the night. They have a 5-goal lead on aggregate. And surely they are on their way to Wembley for the playoff final. What a strike that is from Horsey. Do apologise for that noise. But like I say, from right on the edge of the box, Horsey had the run of Campbell ahead of him, and he almost used that as a decoy, and the shot came in a little bit unexpectedly. And Horsey dragged the shot towards that far corner, perfectly towards that side netting. No chance for Marshall to save that one. And it's MK Dons 0, Crawley 2, 5-0 on aggregate. This is an absolute battering. MK Dons just not at all able to cope with this Crawley setup. And I mean, this would be miraculous if they can turn this one around. That is for sure. Horsey with the goal. It's his 20th in the league. It's his 22nd in all competitions. It just shows if you get into the right team with the right manager, your numbers just can go through the roof. And that's what's happened with Danilo Horsey this season. Such a simple goal as well. Really good finish from the number 9. So MK Dons have got a lot of work to do. Probably too much work. But they can give it a go. As the attack down the left-hand side. Harvey finding Tomlinson. Then back to Harvey. It's now with Bate. Going back to Tucker. Inside the MK Dons half at the moment with the ball. It's with their goalkeeper, midway side their own half with Marshall. Taking his time on the ball, waiting for the right pass. He sends it high and up the field towards Dean, who can't beat Maguire to the header. But Liam Kelly loses out in possession in the end on the halfway line to Wern, who now has it on the right-hand side. And loose touch, slides in, fouls his man. And it's a free kick for Crawley Town. Just a late one there on Jeremy Kelly, American international, brought in from Tulsa in the USA in January. It's his first ever club away from America for Jeremy Kelly since 2008, 16 years ago now. Born in born in Czech Republic, moved to France before moving to North Carolina at the age of 10. So he's definitely had the upbringing. Jeremy Kelly, who's now settled in England for this season. Oh, just what a... I just thought this playoff game would be a lot closer. Not that I mean the tie in general. I thought it'd be a lot closer than it is. But Crawley are absolutely smashing this in both legs. Home and away. And there was a slight hope for MK Dons that they could have turned this one around, because Crawley, their heaviest defeat this season was 6-0 away from home against Swindon. But he was back at the start of the season in late August. But they have been on the end of one big battering, but they're the team giving the battering out this time around. It's given away by Will Wright, who went long with a free kick straight into the hands of the goalkeeper Marshall. It's now O'Hora, lifts it over the head of Campbell. And then a ball in behind, can't find Dean. Cut out though by Conroy for Jay Williams. Sorry about that. I hope the stream's back on. I was just trying to figure out what was going on. Just a slight breakup of the internet, but I think we're back. Do apologise about that. As low loss has just been brought off by a Crawley physio, as he's just been seen to there. think his shoulder actually popped out there for Claddy low loss. So I think they've just had to pop his shoulder back in. That is not for me. As MK Dons have it on halfway here with Jack Payne. Goes to his right to O'Hara. Inside into a central area here to Wern. Gilby takes on the turn nicely. Plays out to the left here to Tomlinson. One-on-one with Forster. Running in towards the box. On his right foot. On the edge. Strikes it! Palmed away by the goalkeeper. Volleyed by Wright. And up towards Orsi, who can keep it for Crawley on the right-hand side. Very isolated. He'll have to hold it up here if he can. Tries to go inside. Tackled by Bate, but then wins it back and plays the ball to the left here to Liam Kelly. Can't get it under control. And MK Dons have it back in their own half here with Jack Payne. Almost another dangerous Crawley counter-attack. But it's not quite come off. Big switch out to the left by MK Dons. Finds Gilby, who can't quite chest it down successfully. Out of touch it goes. His low loss is back on for the away side here. After that shoulder problem. But what's interesting with the MK Dons attendance this season, it's gone down. Their average last season was 8,462. This season it's just over 6,000. So obviously the drop down into a lower league had a knock-on effect with the attendance, which isn't great because they do hold a 30,000 capacity stadium. So obviously it'll be very empty more often than not. As Crawley win it back there. Good defending by Lawrence Maguire. Now Williams, midway inside his own half, has to go back to Conroy, who can't quite get it under control. It rolls towards the corner flag. Can he keep it in? He can. Avoids the corner. Clears it down the left-hand side for Crawley. Straight out of play. MK Dons throwing. Bit of a cheap one to give away there by Dion Conroy, but then MK Dons give it away straight away. Good tackle that by Liam Kelly. Forward to low loss. Brilliant turn. And gives it back to Liam Kelly in the centre circle. Just goes behind Forster on halfway, but he can work it to the right wing back, who has it with time on the ball. Finds Liam Kelly, then back to Harry Forster. And then back once more to Will Wright. Forward to Kelly. Wants to go forward and will go forward to low loss. Back through for Kelly again. Poor ball towards Forster. Cut out by Tomlinson, but no one's there to pick up the loose piece for MK Dons. It's now on the far side. With their left wing back of Jeremy Kelly. Goes back into his own half here to Maguire. Into the central centre-back of Conroy. Then to the edge of the box here to Adai. The goalkeeper. Who kicks it out towards the right-hand side. Finds Liam Kelly. Ball inside on the halfway line. There's so much space for low loss, who will play a brilliant ball through for Campbell. Good touch, but tackled strongly by O'Hara. And the flag goes up there for offside on Adam Campbell, but I'm not too sure on that one. Because it was a brilliant ball through by low loss. Really good vision by the 23-year-old, but the flag did go up, so it gives MK Dons the free kick, and they've got possession midway side their own half with Tucker. Lays it off to his right to O'Hara, and then back to the edge of the box here to Marshall. Former England under-19s goalkeeper, now at the age of 21. It's Harvey. Goes forward here to Bate. Tackled late there by low loss. That should be a yellow card really in a free kick. MK needs Kelly to come on. I don't think they need to bring a goalkeeper on. I think that's all gone. I don't think the change of goalkeeper helped, did it? For MK Dons, because you've got to question the goalkeeper for the first one. Personally, his low loss is in the book for that foul. Just a late tackle is Daniel Harvey, sloppy touch in the centre circle, gives it away, and then he brings down Forster. There's a free kick for Crawley in their own half here. Everything going right for the away side tonight, who spent the last 9 seasons now in a League 2. This is their first playoff finish in that run in this division. As Crawley go long out to the left-hand side, headed out of touch by Lofthouse. So midway side, the MK Dons half. On that far side, it's a Crawley throw-in. And it looks like Crawley are going to have to make a change here. Not sure if this is maybe a forced substitution. Yeah, Harry Forster, the right wing-back who was brought in on a free in the summer from National League Bromley, looks to have picked up an injury here. Celebrating his 24th birthday today, and he's having to go off early. Hopefully, if MK Dons don't do a miraculous comeback and Crawley make it through, then Harry Forster will be able to recover for that final. As Harry Forster is just slowly walking his way off the pitch, and he's going to have to be replaced by Kellen Gordon, 26-year-old wing-back. Came off the bench in the first leg, played the last half an hour. Kellen Gordon, whose brother, Cade, is at Liverpool, their under-21 side. We're back underway, far side. Lawrence Maguire finding Jeremy Kelly. Turning back out towards the left-hand side and laying it off to Lawrence Maguire. Forward towards Campbell, cleared by Tucker. Dean will chase it, but Conroy's there to deal with it for Crawley on the edge of the 18-yard box. Finds the goalkeeper of Adai. Takes a touch and clears it up the field. It's a big kick forward towards Orsi. Tries to chase it, but it's into the hands of the goalkeeper. It's now with a central centre-back of Jack Tucker. Did miss a big chunk of this season, Tucker, from November to March. He sends a ball over the top of the Crawley defence, headed down by Williams, but straight to Gilby, as we're in the final third now for MK Dons. Tomlinson, got Gilby overlapping him. Plays it inside instead here to Harvey. It's now Bate. Plays it through for Dean. Finds Gilby towards the byline. Needs to get the cross right, and he overhits that wildly. And out of play for a throw for Crawley on that far side. No idea why Alex Gilby hit that one so hard. The cross didn't need that much power from the MK Dons captain, who's making his 50th appearance of the season. Alex Gilby scored here in a 2-0 win against Crawley on the 29th of December when these two sides met here in the normal season. Maguire throws down the line for Crawley. Headed forward though by O'Hara. Straight back to Maguire. He clears it forward for Crawley, but no one's there to chase it. It'll go straight through to the MK Dons goalkeeper of their number 33 of Philip Marshall. Even though he is a former England under-19 international, but he does decide to represent Poland. That might be an ambition of his one day, Philip Marshall, to make it into the Polish national team. It's Tucker from centre-back, bringing it forward. Having to go back to the halfway line. To Wern. It's now in the centre circle on the left-hand side. With Harvey. Great sweeping ball to the left wing-back of Tomlinson. Running at Gordon. Going on the outside. And working across in low. And it's dealt with at the near post. Cleared for another MK Dons throw-in. On this near side. Good defending by the captain, Conroy. Bate goes forward for MK Dons. Chest down by Dean. Wants to go forward. Tripped there by Lolos. And it'll be a free kick on the left-hand side here for MK Dons. In towards the final third. A bit too far wide for a shot, but definitely a nice angle for a cross here. As MK Dons could do with a goal before half-time if they want any slither of hope of trying to turn this one around, which I can't see, but you never know in the playoffs. So we MK Dons to deliver this ball into the box. 5 minutes of added on time. Delivery in from Payne. It's a great cross all the way through, and it's finished by Max Dean. One back for MK Dons. The young 20-year-old scoring once again. Missed a big chance in the first leg at 0-0. Had a shot cleared off the line in the 3rd minute of the match. So it's been a very frustrating playoff semi-final, but he's finally got his goal. It's a great ball in by Jack Payne. Left-footed, it's brilliant. To that far post where Tucker played it across the 6-yard box, and meeting it like a poacher was Max Dean, who just kicked it with his left boot through the legs of the goalkeeper. Well played across there by Tucker to beat Will Wright to it. And somehow the striker, Max Dean, was left all alone in the 6-yard box to kick the ball towards goal. And he got it in between the goalie's legs of Corey Adai. And they have one back. First goal of the semi-final for MK Dons. They just need 4 for extra time. But it's a start nonetheless, right before the break. We've got 5 minutes added on. We've got another 3.5 left to play. As Crawley wants to try and regain their 5-goal advantage on aggregate. It's just in front of the halfway line here. Back into their own half to Maguire from Jeremy Kelly. Then back to the American. Now Liam Kelly into Maguire. Back to Conroy. And then back to the goalkeeper on the edge of the 18-yard box, being closed down by Dean. Playing a low ball forward here. It's a nice ball as well. Jeremy Kelly drifting towards this right-hand side. Forced back to the goalkeeper, then to the left here to Conroy. Lifts the ball into the midfield. And it works its way to Orsi on halfway. Lays it off to his right to Lolos. Then a ball in behind here for Adam Campbell, who chests it down. Can he finish? Lifting it towards the goal. There was no flag. So the clearance off the line was needed by Tucker. Almost there for Crawley Town. As they can try and attack again here with Liam Kelly. Plays it along to the right here, just in front of the halfway line with Will Wright, who's knocking the ball out of play. And it looks like his game might be done as well. Big chance there for Crawley Town to get their 5-goal lead back. Good football. Low loss again with the ball in behind. No flag went up, and he does look onside from that angle. And he was lifted over the goalkeeper by Jeremy Kelly, it was in fact. Good little tidy finish past the goalkeeper. But it was good defending by Jack Tucker. And it still remains 5-1 on aggregate. As it looks like Crawley might be forced into a second change already in this first half. They've already had to bring off the right wing back of Harry Forster for Kellen Gordon. As Will Wright is in some pain here. Doesn't look like he's going to come off though at the moment. So they're throwing it back on, and Will Wright, who looks in some pain at the back for Crawley, is going to continue for now as we're a minute and a half away from half time. MK Dons tried to play it through as it went beyond Wern, who dummied it. And as he dummied, he was caught by Maguire. So he has won his side a free kick here. Stephen Wern. Started at Newcastle as a kid. Stephen Wern. Then been at the likes of Middlesbrough and also Sunderland as well for 2 years, from 2020 to 2022. Need my mate can get game abandoned or something. I know. And Alan's needed. Alan's needed, but he's got work to do. He's got work. Brings in money now, so he's got a shift to do. As MK Dons cross it to the edge of the box, it's a really poor clearance. Header away there by Williams, but it can be recycled in by Harvey possibly. No, decides to go against that option and just keeps the ball for MK Dons. It's to the halfway line now to Lewis Bate, who will send it back into the box here. It's a good searching ball. It's just got too much on it though. Couldn't be kept alive by Kyron Lofthouse. And out it goes for a goal kick. And as we've played, well, we've almost played the 5 minutes of added on time, it does look like Crawley are going to go into the break with a 4-goal lead. They started the night with a 3-goal lead, so it's definitely been a terrific first half for Crawley, as Wembley is well within their sights. As the goal kick is taken, whistle not blown yet, headed away for MK Dons, controlled by Dean, the goal scorer for the Dons, and he plays it to the right here to Lofthouse. We're going to have a bit extra added on to the added time as Dean overlaps Lofthouse. Lofthouse still has it on the edge of the box. Onto his left foot. Can he work a shot off? It's a great run. Still going with it. His shot is blocked. It'll come out here to Tomlinson. Who goes to Bate. It's now Tucker in front of the centre circle. Back to Bate. Out wide left it goes to Tomlinson. 1-on-1 with Gordon. On his left foot. Delivers a ball in. It's not a bad ball. It goes all the way through to the far post where it can't be kept in by Max Dean. And that'll be a throw in the left back position for Crawley Town. As we've played 6 minutes added on here. 5 was indicated. As it's going to be the throw-in taken down the line here for Crawley. Throw-in taken, throw-in flicked on, whistle blown, and at half-time here at Stadium MK, it is MK Dons 1, Crawley Town 2. The goal scoring started very early on with Jay Williams continuing his goal scoring form in the playoffs. He scored in the first leg, he scored in the second. It was just 3 minutes in, winning the ball off captain Alec Gilbert, and he found himself in the 18-yard box and was just able to work a shot low beyond the goalkeeper to give Crawley what was then a 4-goal advantage. They made that 5-goal advantage half an hour in. Danilo Orsi drilling in a low shot into the bottom left corner to give Crawley a 5-goal lead on aggregate. And if there is a comeback to be made, they have started it already, MK Dons. In the first minute of added time, Max Dean volleyed home with his left foot. It was a cross in from a free kick from Jack Payne to the far post where it was played along the 6-yard box by the centre-half of Tucker, who found Max Dean all alone, who gets his 19th goal of the season in all competitions. It might just be a consolation come the end of the game, but in terms of a comeback, they have got one back. It might be one too many they need. But at half-time, at Stadium MK, it is MK Dons 1, Crawley Town 2, and Crawley lead by 5-1 in aggregate. It's an absolute thumping at the moment. And Crawley look to be heading to the final next Sunday against Crewe. And it's interesting because if it is a Crawley final, then they are the two lower position sides in the league table. Crawley finished 7th and Crewe finished 6th. And the other two teams in the playoffs, Doncaster and MK Dons, finished 5th and 4th. So it'd be the two lower ranked sides to go through to the final. I'm not sure how many times that's happened before, but definitely shows it doesn't all matter about who finishes higher. That's not always the guaranteed way to see who will win. Because at the moment in time, 6th and 7th place at the moment are going to Wembley. And Crawley Town have had a brilliant first half here. Yes, they've conceded late on, but they do have a little bit of a blanket for goals conceded due to the fact that, of course, they were 5-0 up on aggregate at one point. And in terms of a head-to-head between these two, MK Dons, their biggest win against Crawley was away, and it was 4-0 back in November 2018. Of course, that can't happen now. And in this head-to-head between these two, Crawley have never beaten MK Dons twice in a row. They've never gone back-to-back wins. They've met 11 times previously. MK Dons have won 5, 3 of them at home, and they've never conceded at home against Crawley when they've won. And then Crawley have won 4 of the previous 11, 1 of them away, 2-0 back in April 2014. So it's over 10 years since Crawley last won here, and they're leading on the night, of course leading by quite some way on the aggregate scoreline. But it's going to be very interesting to see how MK Dons can try and turn this around even more so in the second half. If we look at the commentaries for next week, we are covering the Norwich-Leeds game tomorrow at 12 o'clock, so an early kick-off there, their first leg, Norwich against Leeds. Then in the week, next week, we have got Spurs against Chelsea women, and then that's on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, we've got the second leg between Leeds and Norwich, and then at the weekend, we've got the League One playoff on the Saturday is Bolton take on Oxford, and we have got the League Two playoff final, which we will be commentating on in 8 days' time. As it looks like Crewe will be taking on Crawley, but we don't want to talk too soon because you never know. But that does look like what it's going to look like in the League Two playoff final. Just for this second half, while we're on a break, I'm just going to go for a couple of minutes, and I'll be back when the second half is about to get underway. Look, we're back for this. Oh. Sorry, we are back now for the second half. I was very confused on what on earth was going on then. My camera just decided to stop working. But we are back and we've had changes in this game. As I'll just quickly start the timer in a second. But it's Ellis Harrison is on for MK Dons, their number 9 striker brought in at the start of the season from Port Vale. And we've also had a change for Crawley, their centre-back Will Wright, who went down at the end of the first half. He's now been brought off for Joy McKenna, who's brought in from St Albans in the July of last year. Not had many appearances this season, spent 3 months out on the sidelines from September to December. Was on the bench for the first leg, but he's had to come on here in the second. So 2 changes, 1 each. As Crawley lead by 4 goals here. As a foul throw has been given against Lawrence Maguire there, just threw down on the ball. In fairness, I think it slipped out of his hands a little bit. There, Lawrence Maguire. So it's MK Dons on the ball, who are trying to do one of the biggest comebacks in playoff history, it must be said. I know Sheffield Wednesday were 4-0 down last season against Peterborough, but at one point in this game, on aggregate, MK Dons were 5-0 down. So it takes some comeback here as Jack Payne works it to the left here to Gilby, then back here to Harvey, who's midway inside his own half, goes across to Jack Tucker, to the right to O'Hara, forward into the Crawley half, but he's facing his own goal here, Stephen Wern, who can turn, but then loose touch gives it away. Throwing for Crawley Town, just in front of the halfway line, on this near side, taken quickly by Maguire, into the midfield to Campbell, works it towards Liam Kelly, dispossessed by Jack Payne, who has lost the ball with his heavy touch, and it's now with Liam Kelly again, goes to the right to Lolos, 22 yards out, left-footed, slips it through, Liam Kelly, squares it, Orsi, no flag, and it's another goal for Crawley Town. They are ripping through this MK Dons team. Absolutely no mercy at all on Mike Williamson's side. And it's that man again, Danilo Orsi, with another goal this season. 23 in all competitions. And that time, it's a simple tap in. His first one was a really nice low-driven shot to the bottom left corner from the edge of the box. This one was good build-up, given away on halfway though by Payne. Williams played it through to Liam Kelly, who completed a 1-2 with low loss. Liam Kelly well onside. And as the goalkeeper was coming out, he had Orsi to his left, who stayed behind the ball to make sure he was onside as well. And from about 6 yards out, it's the easiest goal he'll have all season for Danilo Orsi. It's his second of the night. It's Crawley's third, and they lead 6-1 on aggregate. Really nice assist by Liam Kelly, who scored and assisted in the first leg. And he's got another assist here tonight with that simple squared pass to Danilo Orsi. And if it wasn't already a fact at 5-1 on aggregate, it now certainly is at 6-1. Crawley are on their way to Wembley next week for the playoff final, as Max Dean shoved to the ground in the box and the referee doesn't give it. I really didn't expect this tonight. I thought Crawley would win the tie, but they've not just dominated the first leg, they've dominated the second. Max Dean wanting a foul there. Bit of a shove in the back by Gordon. Not enough for me for a penalty kick. However, what happened to MK Dons, mate? Crawley walking. Honestly, it's just Crawley just playing through them. There's too many spaces in the midfield for Crawley to work with. Of course, in the midfield at the moment, it's Jack Payne and Lewis Bate, and there's just too much space in there for Crawley, and they're exploiting it, and they're absolutely outplaying this MK Dons team. Every time Crawley's got it, you think they're going to score, as they have the ball with a goalkeeper here of Adai. Down the right-hand side, it stays in. It's in the MK Dons half. It's a header backwards, though, from MK Dons Tomlinson, who falls over from the challenge. An aerial duel there, Tomlinson with Gordon. 5 minutes into the second half. So we'll have play stopped. MK Dons did have the ball, so they'll have it once again with the restart. But that's 2 for Danilo Orsi. The first goal of the night was scored by Jay Williams for Crawley Town, as down the right-hand side, Lofthouse chases it, slides, and he keeps it in fairness, but no one's there for MK Dons. And in terms of the MK Dons change, with Ellis Harrison coming on, he replaced Lewis Bate in the midfield, so it's now a Gilby Payne central midfield partnership. As Crawley have it on halfway, low loss. Trying to find Jeremy Kelly, but can't quite do so. And it's now to Lofthouse at right wing back. Tackles Liam Kelly, who gets it back for Crawley. Maguire lifts it down the line, touched into Liam Kelly, looking for Jeremy Kelly, intercepted there by Ellis Harrison. And it's now won back by Gilby, but tackled on the edge of the box fairly by Conroy. And Crawley look to try and break if they can. Low loss. Stopped in his tracks there by Harvey. And it looks like Low Loss might have his shoulder out again here. Pulled down by his shoulder by Daniel Harvey. I don't even think he's play acting here. I think his shoulder might have popped out again. Really good turn there by Claddy Low Loss, who is going to be replaced here. Crawley going to make some changes. Maybe just trying to keep these players fresh for next week. Not wanting to risk any injuries. So Claddy Low Loss, and the goal scorer of the 2 Crawley goals is not coming off. He's just receiving some instructions from one of the substitutes, which will be Jack Rolls. I thought Danilo Orsi was going to be brought off there, but Crawley going to make 2 changes here. One of them is Low Loss, who I think his shoulder might have come out again, but he'll be coming off anyway. The Greek international, Athens-born attacker. So Low Loss will be replaced here for number 11, Jack Rolls. His nationality is Cyprus. He's Cyprian. And he's never appeared for the Cyprus first team, but he has been on the bench twice back in September 2019. And the second change we'll see number 28, Adam Campbell, probably the quieter of the attackers for Crawley tonight. He'll be replaced by number 10, Ronan Darcy, who scored off the bench in the first leg to make it 3-0 in the 65th minute. And he's coming on again off the bench. The former Bolton man came through the Bolton ranks, Ronan Darcy. So we're back underway here. Harvey bringing it forward. And the play's been pulled back for a free kick on halfway. Just been pulled there by Darcy. Harvey, who's yellow carded for that foul he committed on Low Loss, who's just been replaced. MK Dons go forward. Can't find Lofthouse. It's now Lawrence Maguire at left centre-back. Cleared forward by Jeremy Kelly. He finds Rolls. Back to the goalkeeper of Adai in front of the 6-yard box, being closed down by Dean. Sends it forward with a long kick, dealt with by Tucker on halfway. He was shielding the ball away from Orsi, but it's picked up instead by Crawley substitute of Darcy. And they restart in their own half here. With the central centre-back now on the ball of Dion Conroy. He's lost a League 2 playoff semi-final previously, Dion Conroy, when he was at Swindon. But this time he's going to be on the winning side of a semi-final playoff game as Max Dean lifts it out to the left-hand side here to Gilby, who was offside as the ball was played. And it's a free kick in a right-back position for Crawley. They are making this look very easy. So it does look like MK Dons are going to make 2 more substitutions soon. As they kick the ball along with the goalkeeper. Headed down towards Jay Williams, who gets the last touch but not fouled by Gilby. And it's a throw in for MK Dons, which they want to take quickly, but they've got substitutions to make instead. They're going to bring off number 11, Jack Payne, for number 6, MJ Williams, who was brought in the summer from Bolton, where he made 100 appearances for that club, as they are also in a League One playoff final this season. And the second change, we'll see number 24, Stephen Wern, brought in January from Gateshead, very non-existent in the game, in all honesty. He'll be replaced by number 22, Emre Tezgel, Turkish international, was formerly an England international at under-17s level, but now goes under the nationality of Turkey, on loan from Stoke. This is his first ever experience of men's football for Emre Tezgel. There's Crawley, lose the ball, and they play it to Ellis Harrison here. Got Dean in front of him. Harrison's going to go alone for now. The number 9 tries to play it out wide right to Lofthouse, but cut out by Jeremy Kelly, who looks for Liam Kelly, who will burst away from MJ Williams here. Liam Kelly has it, turns, and now it's on halfway with Rolls. Back it goes to MJ Williams. It's now to the far side. Liam Kelly can't quite get the pass there from Ronan Darcy, and it's a free kick for MK Dons. Foul there by Joy McKenna. So free kick on the left-hand side for MK Dons, about midway inside the Crawley half. They go short to MJ Williams. It's now in the centre circle to centre-half Tucker. Ball down the line, flicked on, crossed in the box, dealt with by Conroy. Nice little play, nice little ball down the line there by Daniel Harvey. And the ball was eventually crossed in. As it looks like they're going to go for a long throw in here with Daniel Harvey. They were going to, but instead he goes short and gets the return back and then gets the ball in the box. Handed away by Conroy. It'll be Lofthouse for MK Dons to head it back forward, but cleared on the edge of the box by Maguire. High ball forward. Darcy will chase it. Kicked up in the air, though, by MK Dons number 14 of Tomlinson. Works its way to Harrison. Lays it off to MJ Williams, who has it in front of the halfway line for the Dons. He's going to go for the switch ball out to the right-hand side. And it finds Lofthouse. Good touch. O'Hora forward into Tezgel, who keeps it away from the Crawley press. And it's now with Tucker out wide left to Harvey. Skips beyond one challenge. Still got everyone in front of him though. And turns out to the left, lays it off for Williams. And then back to Tucker. Quickly works it to this near side here. And then down the line it goes. Lofthouse with it. Keeping it away from Maguire. Playing it out wide right to O'Hora. Ball inside to Tezgel. Loses out though in the end to Liam Kelly, but ball forward by Crawley's paw. Eventually cleared away by Maguire. Well, he's far. There's Harvey for MK Dons, who plays it out to the left there to Gilby. Then on once more to Tomlinson. Low ball goes in, dealt with at the near post there by Gordon. And on the far side it will be an MK Dons corner. They go short with it, and eventually the ball goes in. It's a good cross. It's flicked on and wide. I think the flag was up on Max Dean anyway. Or was it Tezgel? I think it was Tezgel. With the flick on. Yeah, just couldn't get back on side in time. Yeah, Tezgel with the header. Should have probably headed it home. I know he was offside and it wouldn't have stood, but still needed to really finish that one off. Tezgel, but not to be. Crawley play from the back, half an hour to go. They've got a 5-goal advantage on aggregate. They lead 3-1 here on the night. Liam Kelly down the left-hand side. Tackled there. Good sliding challenge by O'Hora. And midway inside the MK Dons half, it's a Crawley throwing on this near side for the team that finished 7th place in the league on 70 points. This will be 3 wins in a row for them as well, which will be a nice bit of form to go into the final with next week against Crewe. Lawrence Maguire going for the back heel and giving it away. It's now back with the MK Dons goalkeeper of Marshall on his right foot. Clears the ball forward up to the halfway line to Harrison, who heads it backwards towards Williams, but it will reach Darcy instead for Crawley, as they want to try and get another goal if possible. Slowing the play down slightly, finding the right wing back of Gordon. And then back it goes into Darcy on that far side. It's now on the halfway line here with McKenna. Williams finds Conroy, who's been so solid in that back three for Crawley tonight. Kept the structure in that defence for the away side as they're in their own half on this near side. Down the line by Maguire, dummied by Liam Kelly. Cleared forward to Tesgull by MK Dons, who flicks it into O'Hara. And then forward to Harrison, who needs to turn, plays it to his left to Max Dean, who is tripped by Williams, doesn't win the ball. And that'll be a free kick for the Dons. Well won there by Max Dean as Jay Williams is booked for that tackle. Jay Williams doesn't agree, but he definitely didn't get any of the ball, and he definitely took out Max Dean there as MK Dons have already worked it to the far side. Ball in behind for Harvey, who will get there on the byline. Puts a cross in, parried away by the goalkeeper, and Gilby with the shot, saved by the keeper, and on the rebound they can't force it home. Tesgull tried, but the goalkeeper was equal to it. Good play down the left flank. It was Harvey with the cross in. Like I say, palmed away by the keeper, then 12 yards out, Gilby went for the shot himself, but it was well saved by the Jamaican. Punched away and actually deflects off his captain Conroy, which gave it to Gilby, but then he saved it with his feet in the end there, Adai. As MK Dons can't quite win it back there on Jeremy Kelly, gives it away with his misplaced pass, and then the striker Harrison goes down over the challenge of Kelly. And it'll be a free kick for MK Dons, won by the number 9 Ellis Harrison, very experienced here, 30 years of age. He has got one League Two playoff, one League Two promotion in his career when they finished 3rd place with Bristol Rovers in the 2015-16 season. But it looks like he won't be gaining another promotion as MK Dons are out of this one, it does look like. Tucker at the back, gives it away, and then fouls, rolls, and that will surely be a yellow. Just took too long with the ball there, Jack Tucker. And as Rolls was getting away, he just had to pull him back there. It's not good enough by Tucker. Grabbed the hold of the shirt. That's where the free kick was given. So free kick it for Crawley. About 35 yards from goal, so a bit too far for the shot, but they can work across it with Liam Kelly. Delivers the ball in, deep to the far post, headed away by O'Hara for MK Dons, but straight to the edge of the area to Jeremy Kelly for Crawley, who recycles it. Brilliant cross to the far post. Flag was up anyway as Danilo Orsi missed out. Stretching to get there for his hat-trick. He's not scored a hat-trick yet this season, Danilo Orsi, despite scoring 23 goals now this season. There's MK Dons on the halfway line here, with Ellis Harrison working it to NJ Williams. Quickly moves it on to the left centre half here of Harvey, who brings it forward deep into the Crawley half. Goes out to the left to Tomlinson. On his right foot, goes against the cross, works the pass instead, but it's given away. Given away by Captain Gilby, who's been pretty poor tonight, really, for MK Dons, as Tucker's header goes out of play. Throwing on the halfway line for Crawley on that far side. Yeah, really been disappointed with the performance of Alex Gilby. As we're going to get another change here for Crawley, the number 25. Another Cypriot international of Nick Sarula came through at Spurs. Now been at the club since October 2020. After leaving Spurs for Brentford, that's where he came from, as he'll be replacing it. Jay Williams, who scored in the first leg, scored in the second. He's been absolutely fantastic tonight. They're going to save him here for the last 25 minutes. And it is Jay Williams who applauds and celebrates with the travelling Crawley fans, as this is a 4-hour round trip for the Reds. .25 to play here at Stadium MK. On the far side, ball forward to Gilby, controls it nicely, 25 yards from goal, works it to the right hand side here to Lofthouse. Harrison making a run, he finds Harrison, takes it towards the byline, lifts a ball in, comes off the hand of Liam Kelly, and that'll be a penalty. At this point, if it goes in, it'll probably be a consolation. Definitely struck an arm. Liam Kelly, I think, saying it hit his back. I thought it hit arm. Hit his armpit, really. His arm was out. As the cross was going in, his arm was raised above his head. But it's deflected off his leg, actually, onto the arm, I think. Referee had a good view. Probably harsh. I'd have to have another good look at it. But it's gone against Liam Kelly. And it's a chance for MK Dons to get one back here. They need this to go in if they want any kind of chance here to try and get this game back to some kind of competitive scoreline. It needs to go in from 12 yards. It's as simple as that. Can MK Dons score the penalty? No, they can't. It's saved. Max Dean with the penalty. The goalkeeper went to his right and he guessed the right way. And this is just simply not MK Dons. It's just not MK Dons' semi-final. Everything that could have gone wrong in the two legs has gone wrong. Brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Max Dean looking for his second of the night. But it was well saved. And it remains 6-1 in aggregate. As MK Dons try and score immediately after. Can they get a shot off with Tezgul, who will shoot from afar? Could not go any more over the crossbar. And it remains 6-1 in aggregate. Big chance missed for MK Dons. Penalty with his right foot. Goalkeeper maybe just off his line, actually, as it was taken. Not by much, in fairness. But it's a good save by Adai. Guessed well, went to his right, went to Max Dean's left. And it's really good from Corey Adai. Just more devastation and more pain for MK Dons as they get a little bit of light back in the game and the light's quickly taken off them. Crawley attacked on the right. Orsi playing it through for Gordon. And there's a man 3 in the box if they can find him. And he can't. Entering late was Sarula. But Gordon couldn't find him. Well held by the goalkeeper as it's given away there by Daniel Harvey in his own half. And Crawley will try and attack again here. Rolls out to the left here to Sarula. And they'll find him. Sarula on the left-hand side. On his left foot, crossing off Lofthouse. And he'll win a corner. Almost a 4th goal of the night there for Crawley. As Kellen Gordon was the one played through by Orsi. And his low-driven cross along the ground was well held by the goalkeeper, but almost given back to them straight away there by MK Dons. In swinger towards the goalkeeper who punches. It'll be Crawley to get on the end of it with Jeremy Kelly. Looking back towards his own goal here, going to the halfway line to Gordon. Then back to his goalkeeper in the end here, of Adai. Outside of his 18-yard box, plays it to the left of Cerula. On to his left once more to Darcy. Pokes forward here for Maguire. Then back into the path of Darcy. Now Liam Kelly on this near side. About 10 yards inside the MK Dons half. Plays it through for Rolls. Now to Cerula on the left-hand side. Back to Liam Kelly. And Crawley are quite simply just taking the mick here. Knocking it around so nicely. Rolls with a lifted ball to Horsey. Touches it down to the right here to McKenna. Now Gordon, the right wing back. Back into McKenna. Gordon into Rolls. Inside here to number 19 of Jeremy Kelly. Rolls again. Just keep ball here from Crawley. It's brilliant football. What a job Scott Lindsay's done in charge of Crawley. Seriously, he's got them playing some proper football here. As Ronan Darcy's fouled, and that'll be a free kick for Crawley. Be taken by Joy McKenna, who had to come on at half-time for the injured Will Wright. Liam Kelly, beyond the halfway line, down the right-hand side this time. Wants the 1-2. He'll get the 1-2 done. And he'll play it back to Gordon again, will he? No, he'll hesitate that pass. Gordon was already gone. Liam Kelly tripped as he released the ball in the end to Darcy. And that'll be a free kick on the right wing position here for Crawley. Who were playing absolutely magnificently to see this one through. To get themselves to Wembley for next Sunday. So Liam Kelly stood over this one to take. Also Ronan Darcy as well. About four bodies in the box for Crawley. So of course they don't want to overcommit. Well, they simply don't have to overcommit. They've got the goals on the scoreline to see them through to the final now. They don't need to give any sloppy goals away. As Kelly gives it to Darcy on the edge of the box, tries to cross, comes off the head of Gilby, but falls to Jeremy Kelly. Through for Ronan Darcy, just outside the box on the right-hand side. Lays it off for Liam Kelly. Scoops it through here for Jeremy Kelly. Now Ronan Darcy. Liam Kelly. Dispossessed there by the number 14 of MK Dons. Of Tomlinson. And it's back in MK Dons' possession with the goalkeeper of Marshall. Goes long here, up towards Ellis Harrison, who just flicked the ball onto Max Dean, who can't quite reach it ahead of McKenna, who completes a 1-2 with the goalkeeper. It's now with the right centre-half on the ball. Goes into the midfield here. And then on once more to Liam Kelly. Brilliant football by Crawley. Liam Kelly into the MK Dons half. Horsey wants a hat-trick. Gordon's free to the right. Kelly still has it. Goes to the left instead. To Rolls, who will shoot from afar. Tipped onto the post and cleared. That would have been an absolute rocket there from Jack Rolls. But not to be. Philip Marshall saves it. About 25 yards out. He's took that one on, Jack Rolls. He's been a positive introduction since coming off the bench. He's obviously trying to get himself into the team for Sunday. But I can't really see Scott Lindsay changing his starting 11 again, to be honest. He kept with the same starting 11 for this game, which he had the same for in the first leg. Cerula at left wing back, 1-on-1 with Lofthouse. Going across and then back in the end for Crawley in the centre circle with Conroy. Right in the middle of the park, Liam Kelly, just keeping it very simple. And this is a footballing lesson here by Crawley on MK Dons. It really is. Just playing it around them like they're not even there. It's not a good watch for these MK Dons fans, that is for sure. We were going to spend another season in League 2. Relegated last year from League 1. In 7 of the last 10 seasons, MK Dons have been playing League 1 football. So their main aim was to get back to that stage this season, get back up the division, but they've not been able to do so. Absolutely played off the park in this playoff semi-final by Crawley Town, who are looking to get back into League 1 for the first time since 2015. Oh, 15 minutes to play. And it's Crawley with the ball in their own half. Rolls to the left to Cerula. Wants the 1-2, goes down the line instead to Liam Kelly. Jack Rolls has continued his run, and Liam Kelly will find him. This is brilliant football, but it's Harvey to come across, slide in and stop the attack. But just cutting right through this MK Dons team, it's actually it's a hard watch. They are really playing through them here. Scott Lindsay's got to be absolutely delighted. The Crawley manager, 52 years of age, retired 10 years ago from football himself. Was at Swindon before moving to Crawley for this job. And in League 2 as a manager, Scott Lindsay has picked up 135 points from a possible 291. Just about kept Crawley up last season. Only won one of his first 9 games in charge of Crawley when he came in. Scott Lindsay. Crawley have it midway inside their own half with Ronan Darcy, but it's been pulled back for a foul there on Kellen Gordon, who had to come on in the first half for the injured Harry Forster. There's Rolls just a couple of minutes ago hitting the post. Not the most comfortable looking save from the goalkeeper Marshall. Just flapped at it and was able to deflect it onto the post. Crawley have it midway inside their own half with number 19, Jeremy Kelly. Looks like he's come inside to a more central position here for this second half when Cerula's come on. Cerula's gone left wing back. Jeremy Kelly's gone into midfield. Lawrence Maguire can't quite get that pass cut out by O'Hara. Plays it to the edge of the box here for Tesgall. Turning one way, then the other. Trying to go forward. Good skill from Tesgall. Really good. He's entered the box, but the sliding tackle gets the ball kicked away from him by Dion Conroy, the captain. Came through at Chelsea now. The 28-year-old, previously at Fulham, before Chelsea. O'Hara lifting it to Tesgall, who volleys the cross in. Dealt with by Conroy. Will be retrieved by the MK Dons wing-back of Tomlinson, who lets the ball roll out of play for an MK Dons throw-in. Taking it, and then they've lost it. Couldn't quite keep it in play. Tomlinson, as he got the ball back from the throw-in off MJ Williams. As there is the Crawley chairman, Preston Johnson and Eben Smith, 2 Americans involved in the club. They'll be very happy with what they're seeing here. Such an erratic season last season, though, for Crawley. They had 4 managers last season and eventually have got a settled one now with Scott Lindsay. As Crawley attack down the left-hand side here. Jack Rolls in the final third. He's got Cerulu making a run. Jack Rolls goes on his own in the box, overruns it, but deflects back to him. Still has it here, Rolls. He's got Cerullo as an option behind him, but goes to Wolsey, who wants to try and get his hat-trick here. Wanting to turn, but it's Rolls with the shot instead. And it's a low-driven shot into the bottom left corner. And this is an embarrassment for MK Dons. They are being slaughtered at home here by a Crawley team who are on fire at the moment in red. He has been a brilliant introduction into this game. Jack Rolls, off the bench. The former Spurs and Crystal Palace youth player. And it was a bit of pinball in the box. Orsi wanted to try to get the shot off because he's on a hat-trick. He's tackled by Tucker. And as Tucker kicked the ball away from Orsi, it fell through for Rolls, who with his right foot instinctively hit it towards that bottom left corner. Right past the goalkeeper in a flash. And on the night, it's MK Dons 1, Crawley 4. On an aggregate, it's 7-1. Crew, who are in the final next week against what will be Crawley now, have got to be panicked a little bit. They've got to be worrying slightly that they've got to come up against this, because Crawley in this second half, their football has been absolutely sublime. Like, the way they're playing is seriously exciting. It's really so good to watch. And those Crawley supporters are definitely enjoying their time here, and I'm surprised MK Dons fans have decided to stay, to be honest. Because, yeah, well, I say they've decided to stay. A lot of empty seats. I mean, there's a lot of empty seats anyway at MK Dons, but there's a lot more empty seats now. 4-1 on the night. They're being absolutely torn to shreds here. It's as simple as that at the moment. It's interesting though, isn't it, as well, because at 3-1, MK Dons had a penalty, which was saved as well. So it's not even like they can get any consolation goals. They're not even going in at the moment. As MK Dons head the ball forward, Max Dean trying to find Harrison. It deflects through instead here as the shot will be taken by Captain Gilby, but it's blocked by Conroy. And it's flipped through by Liam Kelly to Cerullo, who's tackled late there by MJ Williams. And that'll be a free kick for Crawley inside their own half. And that'll be a booking for the substitute, the Welsh central midfielder, former Liverpool man, MJ Williams. Just sliding in, catching the man, not getting the ball. And it remains 7-1 here. What a night this is turning out to be for Crawley Town. And talk about the contrast in seasons for Crawley. The last season, away from home, they won twice. And they lost 15. This season, away from home, if you include tonight, they've won 11 and lost 9. So, definitely a turn in fortunes for Crawley, obviously, with the fact that they've come on so much this season. They were 24 points better off this season, which has got them from just outside the relegation zone into these playoff spots, where they just about snuck in ahead of Barrow. As Liam Kelly takes control of the ball for Crawley in the midfield. Kellen Gordon's making a runner down the right-hand side. He nearly finds him, but the goalkeeper comes out and clears the ball into the stands. Liam Kelly's been unbelievable tonight for Crawley. They're number 4, dictating the play. And he almost found the ball through there for Kellen Gordon, the substitute. Came in midway through last season from Mansfield. Did miss the last 4 games, though, of Crawley's running, where they were just able to survive in this division. That's Danilo Orsi. 1-2 William Kelly. Orsi will chase it down, but won't beat Harvey to it. It goes to his goalkeeper, clears it first time. Up the field, out to the left-hand side, where it's been brought down by Harrison, but he's flicked inside, can't quite find a white shirt. And it's now back with the Crawley goalkeeper of Adai. Goes far side here to Gordon. Loads of options. McKenna, sorry, goes forward to Darcy, who lets McKenna take over. His ball across the pitch, can't quite find Rolls. And it's now Max Dean, chops beyond Rolls and halfway line. Is free kick for MK Dons. Taken quickly, but then the referee wants the retake because the ball was moving, and now it's taken eventually by MJ Williams to Max Dean into the space in front of him here for O'Hara. Lays it off for Dean, trying to make something happen here. The man who scored for MK Dons but also missed the penalty, slips it through for O'Hara. Forward from centre-back, right in front of the corner flag. Plays the ball backwards though, into Max Dean. And then back once more to centre-half Tucker. Goes forward, laid off here to Williams, now out wide right here to Max Dean, who puts a cross in towards Harrison. It's nowhere near him in the end. And the ball will roll through and behind for a throw-in for Crawley, right next to the corner flag. Throw-in for Joy McKenna. First ever season for him in the EFL. Brought in from St Albans, where he was playing in the National League South last season, losing the National League playoff final with St Albans, a 4-0 defeat against Oxford City. As it's MK Dons have got it. Final third, left wing, Tomlinson, low cross, deflects behind for a corner. Of course, any goal scored now is just consolations here for MK Dons, who have been played off the park. They were 9 points clear of 8th place, so they were well within the playoff positions, MK Dons. But this has been a really bad beating. As the cross goes in, it's a deep one towards Tucker. Loses out to McKenna. It's now Danilo Orsi. Can't quite beat Gilby to the ball. Hooked back into the box though for MK Dons. Nowhere near one of their players. And it'll go out for a goal kick. And it's just an MK Dons curse, this in general. This is not the first time they've crashed out of the playoffs. This is their 6th attempt at promotion via the playoffs, and they've never been promoted in their previous 5 attempts. So it's something with MK Dons in the playoffs where they just don't quite know how to navigate through them. 0 finals, in fact. They've never reached a playoff final. That is crazy. They've been in the playoffs in the 06-07 season, then the 08-09 season, then the 10-11 season, then the 11-12 season, and then a 10-season break from the playoffs. And their last one was, of course, in the 2021-2022 season, where they were knocked out in the semi-final stage by Wickham. Less than 3 minutes of the 90 to go here. What a performance over 2 legs by Crawley under Scott Lindsay. Crawley play out from the back with the goalkeeper a die. Forward to Liam Kelly. Tries to go out to the right towards McKenna, and he'll just about find him. And he plays it forward here to Jeremy Kelly. Now into Liam Kelly. Back out wide right to Jeremy Kelly. Back to McKenna. Then across to Conroy. Halfway line. Jeremy Kelly spinning away from Gilby. What a run this is from Jeremy Kelly. That's fantastic. Lays it off behind him to Liam Kelly in the centre circle. I think MK Dons have given up it. They are just getting played around, chasing shadows, quite literally now. Shadows on the field of play. As it is just a training game, this, for Crawley, as they've got themselves in such a position where they cannot be caught. I don't think they were ever going to be caught tonight in this game. Way too far in front, and they made it 4-0 within 3 minutes of this second leg, which never helped MK Dons' chances. In the back three for Crawley, with a goalkeeper now of a die. Back to the right centre half of McKenna. Lifts it forward to the halfway line. Dealt with by Tucker, beating Orsi to it, and then lifting it forward for Gilby. Brilliant ball in the left wing now. Gilby turning back and playing the ball to Tomlinson. Across once more to the right. Can they get the shot off here, MK Dons? No, they can't. Tackled in the box. Brilliant tackle there by Jeremy Kelly. Out to the right here to Kellen Gordon, who's got loads of space down the right flank here, where he enters the MK Dons half and then turns back, literally stops what he's doing and passes the ball back. And they're just going to keep it here, Crawley. 30 seconds of the 90 to play. Can't imagine too much added on, really. There's not much point with a 6-goal difference. As we've got 4 minutes added on here at the end of the 90. Conroy into the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper a Dyke. Out to the left here. Just kept in by Maguire. Played across to Conroy. He's inside his 18-yard box. Goes forward to Maguire. Back to the goalkeeper a Dyke. Then to the right here to McKenna. Into the middle to Liam Kelly. All alone. Bringing the ball forward. No one coming near him. Got an option to the left there. He'll play it to Cerula, who plays it back across to Kelly. Leaves it for Ronan Darcy, who just gets underneath it. Sends it flying over the crossbar in the end with 3 to play. Crawley Town have cooked. Love your video. Thank you very much. Crawley have certainly cooked. They've been absolutely unreal tonight, especially Liam Kelly, who has just been named player of the match, and I can't really disagree. He's not got on the score sheet, Liam Kelly, but talk about controlling a game in the tempo. He has done just that, and probably more. He has been the machine in that midfield. Jack Rolls heads on for Crawley. Dealt with by Tucker, but he can't quite keep it away from Cerula. He's got Ronan Darcy to his left in the box. Cerula will play it to Darcy. Angles tight. Goes across to Horsey. And that will be the hat-trick. It's his first of the season. And Danilo Horsey caps off the perfect Crawley night. MK Dons 1, Crawley 5, 8-1 on aggregate. Talk about a beating. This is probably one of the worst performances you'll see in 2 legs of playoff football from MK Dons. Ronan Darcy does stray offside as he pulls the ball across. The assistant referee on the far side didn't see it, so realistically the goal maybe shouldn't have stood because Ronan Darcy was offside, but assistant referee's not give it. And from a yard out, Horsey was just about able to get his body onto the ball using his chest. It's a hat-trick for Danilo Horsey. It's his first for the club. And he caps off the perfect night. And Crawley are heading to Wembley. And MK Dons have got some serious thinking to do to go into next season. Something's got to change. The recruitment, the players they bring in has got to be right, because this has seriously been a tough watch. It really has been. Max Dean goes long out to the left towards Harrison, who does control it on the edge of the area. And then finds the pass to Tesgel, who in the area found a bit of space, works the shot off the woodwork, and away it goes from goal. Sums up the MK Don semi-final. Off the woodwork. They've had a penalty saved. It's just not been their night. Jack Rolls in a left-back position, goes inside to the box here to Conroy, the captain, Maguire, sorry, who finds McKenna, the right centre-half. Down the line here to Darcy, the assist maker for the 5th. Late foul there, late on in the game. Yellow card straight away for Max Dean, who probably should have been sent off in the first half for a stamp on Jay Williams. Obviously been a frustrating night for Max Dean, who has scored. He made it 2-1, just an aggressive pull of the shirt. Bowled him to the ground. Max Dean doesn't care. Like I say, scored in the first half to make it 2-1 on the night, but then missed a penalty. And it's just all gone wrong for MK Dons as we've played the 4 added on here. It's going to be taken by the captain, Dion Conroy. And as he kicks this ball, it should be Crawley confirmed playoff finalists in League 2. Conroy plays it back to the goalkeeper. And before the goalkeeper can even kick it, the referee blows for full time here. It's an MK Dons embarrassment as Crawley absolutely destroy the Dons. Not just tonight, but over both legs. It was so one-sided. Crawley looked formidable. They're going to be a very tough team for Crawley to beat in the final. And in this second leg, it finishes MK Dons 1, Crawley 5, 8-1 on aggregate. And Crawley are through to the League 2 playoff final. And what a job that man, Scott Lindsay, has done at Crawley Town Football Club. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. As tonight at the Stadium MK, Crawley come to town with their 3-goal lead. They don't sit on it. They add to it. They finish the night 5-1 winners. And on aggregate, it's finished MK Dons 1, Crawley Town 8.